All systems go. Clear for liftoff.
What is going on, Ship It Nation YouTube station? We are back with a Friday, July 5th edition of the MLB. We'll call it a quick hit video. It is your boy Ham. Ham is rolling solo today to walk game by game through this. My guy Nades on a much needed vacation, much needed rest, but I'm going to be going through it by myself with everybody in chat. So I appreciate everybody tuning in as always. Nades will be back on Monday. We'll be a full duo again come Monday, but I'm ecstatic that you guys are here. Hopefully you stick around. Hopefully you hitting that like button on the way in. Let's give a shout out to my guy, Ben Jizzy, always in here. Appreciate you, Ben. In here early, in here often. My guy, Pojin, DGen Stoner, keeping it down for us over in Colorado. Appreciate you as always. My guy, Michael W. What's going on? Deacon, as always. Who else is in here? Mamba for life. Welcome, Mamba for life. I got the Mamba over my left shoulder. Hopefully, you got him as well. Warren Tyler, what's going on, my man? My man, Nate D, always in our Discord. Appreciate you tuning in to us. Thanks for watching right now. My guy, Kenny. Kenny just got in. We got to get into it, man, because I tell you what, this slate today is absolutely loaded with arms. I can't even believe it. I'm going through projections on what we got going on our projection side, and I look down at number 10, and who do I see? I see Aaron Nola is the 10th projected points for pitching. Man, when you know it, when you see Aaron Nola at number 10, you know that you just got an absolutely loaded pitching slate. You got a core slate for the bats. You got a mispriced Cole Reagans. You got it all, and I can't wait to dive into it with you. Make sure if you got any questions, put them in that chat. It is me rolling solo today. We're going live. We're locking and loaded live solo edition. Your boy Ham over here. Hey, I thought about doing a recorded piece, but I was like, nah, man, it's Friday. It's a 12 gamer. We got to go live for the people. We got to get the YouTube chat rocking and rolling in here. So any questions you got, make sure you're putting them in to the Discord chat. We certainly appreciate it. Hit that like button for me as well. Let's just go into it game by game. We're going to break down all 12 games. We'll just go game by game instead of going pitchers. We got, hey, one of my most favorite rivalries in the majors. We got Nestor Cortez at home taking on Tanner Houck. Hey, I like both of these pitchers tonight. Nasty Nestor projected for a pretty hefty projection on him. Over 17 tonight over on DraftKings for us. Man, Nestor Cortez should be pretty good. We got him about 20% ownership right now. Pretty good price on him. At 8.5. I don't mind that. Tanner Houck 9.6. It's a little pricey for Tanner Houck, but hey, this Red Sox team not very good against left-handed pitching in the terms of they do strike out in bunches. So Nasty Nestor, I certainly don't mind him. Just looking back over the last 14 days, and that equates to 131 plate appearances. This Red Sox team striking out at 32%. Man, that's a high strikeout percentage. I think Nestor has a 6.5K prop total, so I don't mind him at all. And then Tanner Houck on the other side, he was good earlier in the season. He still is good, but with this Yankees lineup, I mean, Aaron Judge is a cheat code, so you can certainly play him. You can certainly play um, Juan Soto as well. Don't mind him. Ben Rice batted leadoff yesterday. I haven't seen a confirmed lineup for those Yankees, but he went yard yesterday. So if he's batting in the leadoff again, I don't mind that little 1, 2, 3. You know me. But it's out now. I see it now. I'm not playing Verdugo, Torres, Austin Wells batting sixth. I do like that. Volpe's all the way down in the 7th spot. Trent Grisham. Hey, Trent, if a ball's coming to you in the outfield, man, you may want to go get it and throw it into second base. That might help out. Come on, man. You're a pro. Do better than that. But give me Ben Rice, Soto, Judge for sure. And then if you just wanted to do a one-off, Austin Wells at the catcher position, batting in the 6 hole, I certainly don't mind that today. But I won't be full stacking these Yankees. It'd either be a 3-man at the top, or you could do a 2. You could do 2. But I like Austin Wells if you just want to do a one-off. And then no Red Sox for me, not on this 12-game slate. Moving on to the next matchup, we have the Detroit Tigers going into the Great American Small Park to take on Carson Spears. Reese Olson, I think Reese Olson's given up 1 home run in the last couple games. For me, no interest in either one of these pitchers tonight. Reese Olson, Yeah, he's been pretty good. I mean, he shut down the Braves. I know a couple times ago. Let's just look. Let's look at a game log of his real quick. $7,200. Don't hate that price. Do hate the ballpark. Hey, his last three starts: 22-7, 17-9, 27-1. Certainly not a terrible play, but these Reds are going to come with some ownership. So if you wanted to get double leverage, you could take Olsen, but no thank you for me. And then Carson Spears just gets beats up too much for me from the left-handed side. I won't be full stacking these Tigers, but I do have some interest in Riley Green. I do like Riley Green a ton as a one-off piece for those Tigers. And then if you wanted to stack those Reds, they will be popular, but they don't hit a whole lot of home runs. They more small ball, single, stolen base, which obviously we don't hate that, but we want to see home runs. They did hit some bombs against the Yankees, swept the Yankees if I'm not mistaken, but won't be full stacking them as well. You can always play Ellie De La Cruz, Jonathan India batting up near the top. Candelario been kind of cold. Spencer Steer did go yard, but no full stack for either one. But really do like Riley Green tonight. Next up on the slate is going to be the San Francisco Giants going into Cleveland. Cleveland, pretty fun team to watch. Tanner Bibby going to come with some ownership tonight. Tanner Bibby, I really like Tanner Bibby tonight. Let me tell you why I like Tanner Bibby. Tanner Bibby has a ton of swinging strike, ton of swinging miss stuff versus right-handed hitters, and we know a majority of this Giants lineup, the ones that we fear, do come from the right-hand side. I'm talking about Soler. I'm talking about Ramos. I'm talking about Matt Chapman. Hey, those three guys, some of the biggest boppers in that lineup. Bibby has a 16.5% swinging strike rate against those righties. So I certainly don't mind him. I won't be playing any of those Giants. Certainly won't be playing any of those Giants. Then we got what amounts to a bullpen game. Eric Miller leading off for the Giants for the pitchers. Typically shy away from these bullpen games. Eric Miller is the lefty, so we have Tyler Freeman in the projected second hole tonight. Don't mind that. David Fry looks to be in there as well. Guardians team, I think you certainly could play. I think they put up some runs tonight, but I typically stay away from these bullpen games as a whole. But I really do like Tanner Bibby tonight, certainly as well. He'll be up there for sure when we talk about pitchers. Next up, it's going to be a game down in the fish tank. We're taking the Chicago White Sox versus this Miami Marlins. There may not be 1,000 people in attendance tonight, but they get Drew Thorpe. They get Brian Hoeing, two pitchers I don't have interest in. I saw some buzz around Drew Thorpe. I mean, wouldn't be the worst play at 7,000. He could get you 15. We got it projected over here for right above 12. No thank you there. Not taking Drew Thorpe, not taking Hoeing, not taking either one of these teams. Hey, this is the Tim Anderson Bowl, right? You got the White Sox, you got the Marlins facing off in the Tim Anderson Bowl. I think the loser of this series should have to take Tim Anderson back. The White Sox didn't want him. The Marlins just DFA'd him. Hey, he's not on the team anymore, but we're still calling it the Tim Anderson Bowl. Loser of this matchup, I declare, gets Tim Anderson. Must play him next time they go. Neither one there, though. Next up, this is an interesting game for me. You got the Philadelphia Phillies heading into Atlanta. You got Max Fried and Aaron Nola, two dynamite pitchers, two all-star caliber pitchers taking the bump, but no one's playing them. I mean, I just said at the opening of the show, Aaron Nola, we got him projected for the 10th most points when it comes to pitchers. And he's taking on this Braves team that historically, we think that they're mashers. But if you look over the last 14, you look over the last 30 days, Braves team has been absolutely abysmal. 335 plate appearances. You're talking 7 home runs, a 207 average, a 27% strikeout rate against right-handed pitching, a 14% swinging strike rate against right-handed pitching. Nobody is playing Aaron Nola tonight. I think Aaron Nola is one of the best GPP plays on the slate tonight, especially if we get 6 righties like I see in the confirmed lineup tonight. Austin Riley does have a little bit of good BVP against him. I think mashing 5 homers. Marcelo Zunas hit 3 or 4 as well. Hey, but I'm taking Nola tonight. This Braves team, it's a different Braves team in my opinion. If we can get 6 righties in that confirmed Braves lineup, hey, lock and load Aaron Nola. That's a great GPP play in my opinion. He's got 10K upside tonight. On the flip side, we got Max Fried, and he's nothing to slouch out either. He doesn't have the K upside that maybe some of these other pitchers have, but we know he's got the durability. 103 pitches, 103 pitches in 3 of his last 5 games. You know he can go get up there into the 90s, into the 100 pitching, and hey, you know they're going to keep him in there. I don't mind Max Fried. You know, you don't have the big boppers, you don't have Schwarber, you don't have Bryce Harper in there tonight, obviously. So hey, I think this is going to be a pitcher's duel. I think this game stays under the posted total, and if six Atlanta Braves are in that confirmed lineup once it comes out, whoa baby, give me some Aaron Nola all day on this slate. Next up for me is going to be the Tampa Bay Rays heading into Texas, deep in the heart of Texas, to take on Michael Lorenzen. We saw those Rays last night put up a 10-piece in Kansas City. Now they head over to the Lone Star State to take on Michael Lorenzen, who just gets absolutely obliterated by right-handed batters. And we got the return of my man Shane Baz making his first major league start since 2022. Hey, he was pretty good back before his TJ surgery. Hopefully he's back soon. For me personally, I mean I think Baz is a good pitcher. I think he could get there. But two things: one, they're going to be very hesitant with him, in my opinion, just based on the fact this is his first time out. Nothing going to be major. And then this Rangers team, they're just striking out 20% clip over the last 350 plate appearances against right-handed pitching. So I'm going to be actually, I'm not going to be a little lower on Baz. I'm not going to have any Baz tonight. Don't think I need him. Don't think I want him. Don't want any Rangers either. This offense just not very good this year. 7 home runs out of those last 350 plate appearances against righties. So yeah, no thank you there. And then on the flip side, this Rays team maybe turn the corner, right? They did pretty well last night, as I alluded to. 10 runs in Kansas City. Now they take on Michael Lorenzen. Give me some of those righties, reverse splitsy kind of a guy. Paredes was batting second last night. Let's see where they got him projected tonight. Got Paredes projected 3. Yandy Diaz leading off. Arozarena stolen base, had a good night last night, projected 5th. Certainly would prioritize these righties against Michael Lorenzen. Then you could sprinkle in the Lau brothers if they're batting 2 and 4 again. Moving on to the next game. It's the Coors Field Slate game of the night. Let's talk about this one for a little bit because you got Cole Reagans going into Coors Field where he's $8,200. You got Kyle Freeland at $5,000, which you're certainly not going to play him. But I mean, you think of Coors Field, you historically think of a lot of runs, and rightfully so. But whenever the DK algo or however they come up with this pricing, I don't see how you get to $8,200 on him. I mean, his projection is just out the roof, over 18 and a half projected points over here. You look at this Rockies team, and I like to look at what they've done the last 14 and what they've done the last 30 days. And when you look at this Colorado team over the last 14 days, and we're talking, let's look real quick. We're talking 142 plate appearances. They have a 32% strikeout rate. And then when you go over to the last 30 days, it's a 28% strikeout rate, and that's in 264 plate appearances. So they just don't do well versus left-handed pitching. They have been a little bit better in June. I would say it's gotten somewhat better, but man, at $8,200, you got to know that Reagans is going to be a very popular pitcher tonight. You got to know that he's projecting very well, and you're going to have to get different with your bats. I mean, obviously, you're going to want some of those Royals because we are taking on soft tossing Kyle Freeland, the likes of Salvador Perez, who's my favorite Royal. Going to bet clean up tonight. Bobby Witt, you can always go with Maikel Garcia. I like this Royals team tonight. I think I'm going to be lower. If I was doing 3 teams, I may have them on 1. If I was doing single entry, I would fade these Royals. They just haven't been very good over the last couple weeks, and so that would be the reason I'm fading them. But they certainly need to be in your pool if you're playing more than 3 teams. I mean, they are in a good spot against Kyle Freeland. Just me personally, in the way I play, I will be lower than the field on the Royals tonight. Then no Rockies for me. Hey, if you wanted to get super contrarian, that certainly don't hate that at all. If you're trying to win, a lotto GPP, I don't think 5-man stacking the Colorado team would be the worst thing. But hey, I wouldn't advise it. If you are just joining us, it is just me, Ham, today. So we're running through it a little bit quicker than normal. Make sure you're hitting that like. Make sure you're hitting that subscribe button. Warren Tyler's home run call of the day is going to be Paredes. I just said that. Just got off that game for Texas and Tampa. So Paredes is his home run call of the day. I'll get to my home run call and my favorite pitchers and break it all down after we go game by game. Next up is going to be those Houston Astros going into Minnesota. And Minnesota, good grief, they might have scored 25 runs yesterday if the rain hadn't come down. I think they got up to 12 against Kenta Maeda, who is no longer a major league caliber pitcher. Was all over Jose Miranda yesterday, and all he did was go 4 for 4 with a couple doubles and a couple ribs. But Sean Dubin getting the start for Houston, and he got a start last Sunday against the New York Mets. And hey, he didn't do terrible, did pretty good, limited their damage. I mean, I wouldn't play Sean Dubin just because he is a reliever, making a spot start, and so uh, he shouldn't be in there for more 3, 4, maybe 5 innings at most. But no interest in Dubin. This Twins team has just been absolutely annihilating the baseball, especially from righties. Let's look at what they've done over the last 30 days versus righties. Good grief! They have a 283 average, 27 bombs, only striking out 16.5%. Against right-handed pitching over the last 30 days. So no thank you there on Dubin. Do have some interest in this full 5-man stack for the Twins. And I want to talk a little bit about Pablo Lopez. And I would liken Pablo Lopez to Aaron Nola today in terms of GPP style pitchers. Hey, Pablo Lopez, he's trending in the right direction. He's had 2 cupcake matchups in his last 2 starts, one in Oakland and one in Seattle. They strike out versus everybody, and he didn't disappoint. 48 points against Oakland and then 30 his last time out. I think he's trending in the right direction. The thing with this Astros team, they don't strike out a whole ton. I'll give you that. But this guy has been lights out. Looking at all his metrics, his stuff looks really, really good. I think Pablo Lopez makes for a great GPP play tonight. I don't think Kyle Tucker's back. I haven't seen anything officially, but if Kyle Tucker's out, absolutely would lock and load Pablo Lopez and a couple of GPP teams if you were going that route. And I like the Twins bats to boot. Next up on the slate is going to be the Baltimore Orioles headed into the dreaded park, the Oakland Coliseum, to take on Hulk Hogan, Harris, and this bullpen for the Athletics. Now Hogan is a not much interest in him, right? Don't have much interest in him. The Orioles, we know what they've done or know what they do all season long to pitching, and we want to attack that, right? So, hey, don't mind this Orioles team. Definitely not taking Harris tonight. And then on the other side, I have some interest just looking at Suarez, looking at his stuff. He gets the double matchup, the double your pleasure matchup. He's in Oakland versus a bad offense. On top of the fact that gets his ballpark upgrade, $7,600. It's a great price. His last time out, absolutely dominated Texas, 6 innings. 20 DraftKings points, 19.7 DraftKings points. Now he goes on the road, takes on this putrid Oakland Athletics offense. I think Albert Suarez is a great SP2 tonight. Shouldn't come with much ownership. As Cole Reagans is just $600 more dollars. Most people are going to be getting up to him, going to be getting up to Gausman, so forth and so on. Certainly don't mind Suarez, and certainly don't mind this Orioles offense as well. Even though we hate the park, we like the matchup against Harris, who is complete trash. Next up for me is going to be the Toronto Blue Jays going into Seattle to take on Luis Castillo and this Seattle ball club. And man, once again, Luis Castillo, no one's talking about him. He's been absolutely dynamite all season long. So I have some interest in him. Similar to the Astros, this Blue Jays team doesn't strike out that much, 21% over the last 14 days and over the last 30 days. So right at 21%. Not a high strikeout team. I'm sorry. I was looking at lefties. For righties over the last 14 days, is it up to 25%? So may need to look at Luis Castillo a little bit more. And then let's talk about Kevin Gausman a little bit. Kevin Gausman is one of my favorite pitchers tonight as well. Takes on this Seattle team that's striking out at just an alarming clip. I mean, everybody's getting 8 strikeouts against them, and we got a guy that's fresh off the IL for the Dean Kramer that just comes in, just mows them down, 33% K rate over the last 14 days versus righties. Now we know Gausman doesn't have the same stuff that he's had previously in his career. I think that he gets back on track tonight. I think he leads the slate tonight in strikeouts. I'll try to bet it earlier. I don't know if it went off the board because of that Cubs game, but I think Kevin Gausman leads the slate tonight, similar to what he did, I don't know, 3-4 weeks ago when he went to Oakland. And just same thing. Don't have the strikeout stuff, but hey, when you're going into a pitcher's ballpark, when you're going into a place or a team that's not very good offensively, Kevin Gausman can still get it done. Give me some Kevin Gausman tonight. Really like him in this spot, in this matchup. Neither offense for me. Got a ton of respect for both pitchers. Hate this ballpark. So not stacking any of these teams at all, not even any one-offs. A couple games left. If you are just joining us, it is me, Ham. I'm rolling solo today. Make sure you hit that like. Make sure you hit that subscribe button. I know I'm talking fast. Hopefully, I'm not talking too fast for you. If you got any questions, make sure you put them in that chat. We can spend some time together when I get done. We're down to 2 games left, but I certainly appreciate all 100 of you in here watching. And if you're watching on replay, appreciate you as well. Next up is going to be a game that we're going to have a ton of interest in offense. We got my boy Slade Cacconi going up against Randy Vasquez and the San Diego Padres team. We don't love the ballpark, but man, we love the matchup versus these two guys. These two guys are not very good major league pitchers. I like stacking both sides. We got Mr. Walker. Hey, if someone's listening knows what, hey, Mr. Walker, hey, if you know what movie's that from, put it in the chat below. Mr. Walker, one of my favorite movies as a kid growing up. One of my favorite actors. Loved watching that show. Used to talk about Mr. Walker. Great movie. So if you know that movie about Mr. Walker, put it in the chat. It'll be funny if anybody knows that. But man, Christian Walker been absolutely on fire. Went double dong last night in Chavez Ravine in LA, just absolutely own the Dodgers. You got to love to see that when those guys are losing. Dave Roberts had no answer for him. So yeah, so give me these D-backs. I mean, righties, lefties, it don't matter, especially the lefties. I know Christian's a righty, but give me these lefties against Randy Vasquez, and then Slade Cacconi. Man, oh man, that guy can't get anybody out. Definitely the righties, definitely the lefties. For them, you could play either one. One name I do want to throw out, one of my favorite one-offs in this game, assuming I haven't seen a confirmed lineup, but Kyle Higashioka. Really like him. $3,300 on DK. Really like him tonight. I think he does very good, very good. Um, William, I don't know what this. Oh, I was gonna say I don't know what that means. Okay, I think I'm there. I'm gonna take it off the screen now. I thought you were talking about a movie, but never mind. Don't mind me. Kyle Higashioka, you got me all flustered there, William. Kyle Higashioka, I think he goes yard tonight. Last game of the slate, and it's going to be a popular one because we got old Tyler Glass now throwing those straight heaters, taking on the newly minted Milwaukee Brewer, Aaron Savale. Hey, you get Aaron Savale out of that Tampa Ray Dome. What does he do? Interested to see. He's been historically been a major ground ball pitcher. Let's kind of see what he's doing this year versus righties and lefties. Savale, yeah, about a 38% ground ball rate, 27% fly ball rate to righties, which to me is a little bit than I anticipated. But hey, this Dodgers offense, you can never go wrong with Ohtani, Will Smith, Freddie Freeman. I thought Freddie Freeman was 0 for 3 with 3 Ks last night. Then I didn't check to see if he got the sombrero, got the 4 or 5 strikeouts, but I know he was 0 for 3 with 3 Ks last night. But you can always play these Dodgers. They are expensive. And then Tyler Glass now. Let me tell you a little bit about Tyler Glass now. He is 10-8 over on DK, 11-2 on FanDuel. We got a projected for the most points. And it was a similar story that it was to Chris Sale the other night when he was taking on the Giants. Hey, those Giants, they don't strike out against left-handed pitching. They just don't. Hey, but when you're Chris Sale, you're one of the best of the game. It doesn't matter, how much you strike out against a normal lefty. That's Chris Sale we're talking about. He owned the slate. Tyler Glasnow, similar story. Hey, he strikes them out in bunches. Got a couple 30 burgers this year. He had one hiccup, one major hiccup, and that was his last start out in San Francisco when nobody expected that. But my point being is this Brewers team is striking out sub 20% versus right-handed pitching over the last last 30 days. I know a lot of people like to pick on teams their first game out of Coors. This may be the chance to do it because Tyler Glass now very similar to Chris Sale can strike out anybody. Doesn't matter who you are. Um, I mean at that price tag, it's going to be tough to get up to Tyler Glass now. I haven't built my teams, but man, he's in a great spot. They just don't strike out a lot. I would probably be a little bit lower on Glass now than maybe most, just because that simple fact. But hey, that could come back to bite me. But when you have the likes of Terang, Yelich, Contreras, I think you could do some damage and not strike out a whole bunch. So that's why for me, I would be lower on Glass now than most. Still a great play. Definitely no Brewers bats, and then it's just those top three for me. It's just Otani, Will Smith, Freddie Freeman. I guess you could throw in Teoscar in that mix as well. But they're tough, especially if you want to play these big boy pitchers and get any piece of cores. Let's talk about. I'm going to rank these pitchers. I know we kind of breezed through that. If you got any questions, like I said, please put them in the chat. And I'm going to go through my favorite pitchers, my 5 favorite GPP pitchers tonight. If I'm playing a GPP trying to beat, I don't know, 1,000, 2,000 or fewer people, I'm going to play Kevin Gausman one. I said it a minute ago. I think he leads this slate in strikeouts as a whole, taking on this team. So give me Kevin Gausman as my favorite pitcher on the slate tonight. Number 2 for me, I'm going to go Aaron Nola. I love Nola tonight. I see 6 Braves that bat right-handed in this lineup, and we're not talking about big time boppers either. Oh, the Braves lineup is out. Let's look. We're talking about some guy named Eli White. Sounds like he should be selling insurance somewhere. Orlando Arcia has been absolutely abysmal this year. Adam Duvall, no thank you. TDA, obviously Marcell Ozuna is pretty good. Looks like Austin Riley and Marcell flip-flopped in the lineup. You want me to tell you how bad it's gotten for the Braves? They signed Eddie Rosario today to a minor league contract. That's how bad it's gotten for the Atlanta Braves. Aaron Nola, my second favorite pitcher on the slate tonight behind Kevin Gausman. Next up for me would be Tyler Glasnow. Hey, Tyler Glasnow is a great pitcher, right? But with the Brewers coming to town, I'm going to be a little bit lower than maybe most. Tanner Bibby would be number 4 for me. Love that price, $9,200. I said it earlier. The big boppers, the big mashers for the Giants are righties. Soler, Matt Chapman, Ramos, all righties. Bibby has a great swinging strike percentage, great K percentage versus righties. He can really own them. And then last, I'm going to go Nestor Cortez, $8,500, taking on this 30% strikeout rate versus lefty Red Sox team in a big rivalry in Yankee Stadium. Those are my 5 favorite pitchers. Let's talk about some of my favorite stacks. My favorite stacks, I'm gonna say the Royals. I'm gonna be lower on the Royals and GPPs, especially single entry. But hey, that you can't deny the fact that they have the best matchup. They're taking on Kyle Freeland. But for me personally, the way I play, I'm gonna be lower on them than maybe most. Next up for me, as far as my favorite stack, I'm gonna go Minnesota Twins against this Dubin guy. Really like this Twins team. I know Royce Lewis. I don't think he's going to play tonight, but don't mind those Twins going up against Dubin. I think Dubin kind of got lucky his last time out against the Mets. He is a reliever. Shouldn't be in there for more than I would definitely not more than 5 innings. I say closer to 2 because I think he gets beat up and gets beat down tonight. 3, 4, and 5 for me. Baltimore Orioles, hate the park, love the matchup, and then Arizona Diamondbacks, San Diego Padres, really love uh, Bibby. I don't know. Mike Bibby, Tanner Bibby, Bibby. Sorry about that. Cam the man. I don't know how to pronounce his name. Yeah, Lewis is on the IL. Yeah, so he definitely won't be. Thanks for putting that in there. Ben. Yeah, I know he got hurt the other day. He man, when that kid's playing, he's something special, but he spends a lot of time on the IL. But yeah, give me the Orioles, give me the Padres, uh give me the Diamondbacks again. I'm going to give you my home run call of the day. I'm going to give you a little 2-pack. I'm going to give you a little 2-pack that I don't think a lot of people will be playing. I'm going to go out to Oaktown, Marshawn Lynch territory. Give me some Jordan Westberg, the former Mississippi State Bulldog great. I think he won a national championship. I think Jordan Westberg goes yard, and I see him projected to bat leadoff, if I'm not mistaken. No, he's not. He's projected to bat 5th. Normally when there's a lefty on the bump, they bump Gunner down to 4th. But hey, anyway, I like Jordan Westberg tonight to go yard. Then my second favorite one, it's going to be a little bit sneakier. I believe. It's going to be in the Greatest American Small Park. Carson Spears gives up a ton of power to lefties. Give me Riley Green, not the singer, but the baseball player, to go deep. Give me some green action. Give me some John Deere Green, Riley Green to go yard tonight. That'll do it for me over at Ham. Hey, I've talked 30 minutes. I've talked a lot, so hopefully you got all that, and make sure you get in and check it out. Make sure you check the weather. Just looking at the weather, nothing too major that I see. Just looking out over our favorite meteorologist. Nothing earth shattering over there. Should be some rain early in some games, but nothing that's going to knock anything out. Certainly appreciate you tuning in today. We'll be back to our normal two-man booth with my guy Nades. Hope he's enjoying his time up there at the cottage. But make sure you hit that like button. Make sure you hit that subscribe. If you're watching this on replay, do the same thing as well. Got a double dip home run call of the day. Riley Green, Jordan Westberg. That'll do it for me, Ham. I will see you all at the top of the leaderboards. I will see you Monday. Have a great weekend. Stay safe. Tell everybody you love them. I'm Ham. Let's ship it.